Both devices. All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see it. Oh boy. Currently, the amount of RAM recommended for playing Fire Emblem Heroes on iOS devices is 1 GB or more. However, in order to support future game updates that require an increased amount of RAM, the amount of recommended RAM will be increased to 2 GB or more when 4.6.0 is released in June 2020 for iOS devices. So my question is, if you have less than 2 GB of RAM, can you still run the game?
Yes, it's just performance issues.
Performance
Which
issues.
it explicitly outlines in the next sentence.
Players using devices with less than 2 GB of RAM may encounter performance issues when attempting to run version 4.6.0 or later. If you are affected by this change, please consider upgrading or changing your device if possible. Here's the thing. This is a really real thing in a lot of games. They just don't tell you. I'm pretty sure Dragalia Lost didn't tell you. Well, they tell you about a lot of things and a lot of upgrades, but I don't think they ever explicitly increase the recommended RAM or something. Here's the thing. I know very well while playing Dragalia Lost, my device has been slowing down more and more and more, which is why I switched over to my phone. So it's a real thing. Usually they don't detail it. So props to Fire Emblem Heroes for detailing it so clearly. Yeah. The reality is, even as simple as Fire Emblem Heroes is, the more you guys have probably noticed, like the effects they play nowadays are a lot more complex than Generation 1. So
It's definitely
Not
gonna take
saying
more
much.
performance.
it's not saying much, but
Well, yeah, but it's still quite a bit.
It's still-
all things
yeah.
considered.
it's a step forward, and they're indicating a step forward. If they need more resources to run the game, that means they're going to do more things. So I like that a lot. That's cool.
That said, this jump is only like, I think it's iOS versus 1.6 or something. So it's like, it's a very old version of iOS that concerns this. Both of these are like border antiquated devices are getting booted, basically.
But at the very least, it hints that they're pushing the devices harder and harder, which means they're going to put more things in the game that utilizes the RAM, which is nice.
Yeah. It does make things curious as to what in June 2020 would require the extra RAM.
Yeah.
It might just be like performance streamlining or whatnot, but it is still interesting nevertheless to considering.
We might see a FEH channel introducing a new mode or something like that going into
Yeah, it
June.
could be,
That
but
happened last year.
it also could just be performance upgrades so that there is less lag or less glitches or things like that. It could be
Well,
very back end.
Also true.
As somebody who has dealt with upgrading for streaming Fire Emblem Heroes, I used to run a Cobalt Arc HD like device to stream Fire Emblem Heroes. I had to upgrade off that device because it was just super laggy. So I definitely understand. I definitely understand where they're coming from. That was not a good experience. A lot of my famous clips, like the Henry clip, was from that device, but obviously don't no longer use that device. So yeah, I like that a lot. It's just push things forward. It's about time. This game has looked virtually identical since the beginning. More effects and whatnot, but virtually identical.
It's gotten a lot more visually, like there's a lot more going on, but the base game is still very much identical.
Anyways, I like that a lot. Hopefully in the future they might consider going like 3D models. Have you seen the 3D models like Summer Lynn? There's a 3D live 2D version on Twitter.
Oh yeah, no, those live 2Ds are pretty nice.
They are so nice. Who's doing that?
I forget, but they stopped doing them.
But that's what I mean. If that's the future, I would be so excited.
I don't mind them keeping to the style. The chibis are literally Paper Mario style. Like, I like that.
Yeah. But I'm saying for like the
No,
portrait
more
pictures.
dynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, live 2D can be done, right? It could also just be very cheesy.
It could be very cheesy, yeah.
If anything, it would just be more summoning animations would be nice.
More summoning animation. Man, there's so many little things that they should be putting in the game. The summoning animation,
Those
guys.
do take so much space, though.
Okay, come on. Don't worry about space. This game has a light mode for a reason. If you're really worried about space, you should be able to cut it down.
Yeah.
But it would be awesome because I'm so sick of just seeing a summoning and it's just some gust. Like, who cares? It's not cool. And like FGO is like rainbow sparkles everywhere. It just explodes. Sometimes a card flips.
I like to have the suspense at least, because then it's like, okay, it's smoke, but I need to actually see the unit if it's actually hype or not, because it's like, it builds up a little more anticipation than like, oh, it's already 5-star indicated, and I was just going for a 5-star, so it's like, I'm done.
I know where you're going with that, I know, but I just want more variety. I've been seeing the same animation, the same 2 pieces of animation.
Yeah, I guess that's
for
fair.
3 years. I want more now, please. Alright, anyways, for Android devices, currently Fire Emblem Heroes supports OS 4.2 or higher after an update plan for September 2020. However, the game will require 4.4 or higher. Okay.
Don't apply again. A different month altogether.
Yeah, wait. June and September? These are different months. You're right. What the? Android 4.2, 4.4. There are still so many great devices that utilize that. My old Kobo device was 4.2, so it would no longer be able to be playing this game. I know at this point we're like what on Android 10, Android what? Like we're so far in the future at this point.
Oh, we are very much ahead of 4.2.
Yeah, but Android 4, like it's still like the third high. A third of Android devices still use Android 4, OS 4. I'm gonna double check actually, but it's still a huge amount. So for those wondering, gingerbread. 0.3% people use it. Ice cream sandwich, 0.3 people use it. Jelly bean, 1.2% use it. 4.2x, 1.5. Oh, it's only going to affect 1.5 people then. But yeah.
Well, 2, because, 4.2x, 4.3 are both encompassed.
Oh, yeah. These are all encompassed. Yeah. So around 3%? 3% of Android users will still be in that. But yeah, Kit Kat.
About like 2%. Yeah, starting with Kit Kat at 6.9% of users. Nice.
That would be start being big. So yeah, at the very least, they're right here for now. But as time goes on, it'll be larger and larger.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, it's dangerous to upgrade too fast because as you can see, even though Pi is like the second newest, only 10.4% people use it. This was from 2019. The newest versions are actually not the most popular versions used. Most people are stuck on a lower end device, like Marshmallow at 16.9. So yeah, it's dangerous to upgrade too quickly, but yeah, that's fine. If you're just going to boot out like 3%, less than 3% of all players, that's fine. They can probably upgrade.
It's just good for them to know because they will not be able to access it, unlike the Apple users who will just have performance issues.
Yeah. Okay, additionally, after update is released, players using 4.3 or lower will no longer be able to download, update, or access the game. Yep, that's just always how it's been for Android versions. If you will be affected by this change, please consider updating your Android OS to 4.4 or higher, changing a new device if possible. I've always found that interesting because it's an Android version, right? Some of these older devices still have like 2 gigabytes RAM, quad core, or whatever. Like they're still statistically, their stats, the tech in it is still pretty decent. And if you just upgraded the software version, you can actually still run Heroes perfectly fine. But the OS, yeah.
The OS has some it likes to limit itself.
Yeah, as you upgrade the framework, running everything changes. So I understand it, but it is how it is.
Yeah,
anyways,
I'm sure they don't want to support older devices too much.
Yeah. Anyways, if you plan to change a new device, refer to the notification titled Link a Nintendo Account. Yeah, or you lose your account. For information on backing up your save data and moving to another device, we hope you continue to enjoy playing Fire Emblem Heroes. Alright, cool. That's a notification for that adds expectations to the future, so that's really cool.
Yeah, just some dates to note for most people. For like the 3% of people who will be affected by this change, just be ready.
Be ready. Good pointer.